What's going on, YouTube? I am Hot Mess MUA, otherwise known as Vanessa, and I am back from a vacation of YouTube. I think I needed a break. I was feeling very clustered with all of the stuff that I had, and then I got sick, and I actually tried to film a Get Ready with me, and even that wasn't working out. So here I am, back with you guys. And today I am going to share with you guys the swatches of the Saharan 2 by Juvia's Place. I'm sure you guys have seen this. Some YouTubers that I really enjoy have reviewed this, and yeah, I jumped on the bandwagon. When I first saw it, I was not impressed with because for me, I work palettes on, there's got to be enough matte. Like very, very rarely will I pick up a palette that is all shimmer. I have no interest in that because that means I've got to grab that palette, and I might as well grab for my singles, which I have enough of. But after seeing Angelica's video on this palette and her raving about it, and I love her, and we have similar tastes in makeup, I'll leave her channel down below, I really felt like, oh, I need to try this out. So I did some swatches, which I put up in my Instagram. I will put them here, but we're gonna go through and finger swatch, and then I will show you guys a quick little demo doing this look. So these have some really weird names. Marrakesh really surprised me. It's on the center of my lid, and it's a beautiful peachy duochrome. It's just gorgeous. The next shade is Aziza, and it is a duochrome. I have it on the inner of the eyes, and it's like a yellow white.
What is going on? What? May, I want to finish filming. Don't be rude.
The next one is Hadia, and I started with this. It's like a copper, like rose gold, and then I decided to go another direction with my eye look. Then you've got this crazy blue shade. It's called Berber. I can't wait to use this one in a look. It's a little bit more coarse than the other shades. The other ones are a little bit softer, but this one has a crazy reflect in it. Up next is Nomad, and it's so pretty. I ended up putting this here and kind of blending it upward, kind of in a halo, and it's got like orange and gold, and it's just so pretty. The next shade is called Chef Chowen. Wow, Chef Chanoen. Got me, people. It's this beautiful, it just reminds me of Elsa. If Elsa had a color, it would be this. We're mulling down the sweater and we're going on to the mattes. The mattes actually really surprised me. This one is Tanza. If you're gonna use these shades and you're just, you know, kind of pasty like I am, just barely dip your brush in, guys, and you can diffuse the color really nicely without having that pop. But for people of color, it's like Juvia's Place nails it. I mean, all of us can benefit from it, but just, you know, go lightly. This shade is the reason why I felt like I wanted to do a video on it, because I love this shade so much. It's called Zoran. And in the pan, it just looks like this kind of red shade, but then when you blend it out, it becomes this amazing cherry shade. And I had to do like an Instagram story based off of this shade.
You get what I'm saying? Like, if you had a perfect red lipstick and you smudged it off, that's what this reminds me of. Only for the eyes. And these ones are nice too.
And the last matte in it is Fez. That is the last matte. As you can see, even after swatches, the residual is there. I find that the red shade has stained my brushes a little bit, nothing crazy, but you know, it's potent. Again, I did get this palette on sale. I got it during the Christmas sale, so it was 50% off for me. But this has inspired me to get the next palette. I feel like they're amping up their game. I don't really reach for the other palettes, but this one is so good that I want the Dolce palette. So I just want to share this one with you guys. If you want to see how I created this look, just stick to the demo. Here. So I started with a Wayne Goss 16 and that shade Tanza. I literally barely dip my brush in, and then you just diffuse the hell out of it and it becomes a nice transition color. You'll see with the next eye, I got a little bit more product, so just more diffusing and adding more product to the other eye. But I was really surprised at how well these blended to make a transition color for someone in my skin tone. I switched to a clean, fluffy brush to further diffuse without any color, so that way I can get a really clean transition with just these mattes provided in the palette. And I repeat the steps, this time turning my brush more upward, so I'm diffusing the color more into the upper part of my crease. I just keep repeating these steps until I get the color payoff I want. You could do various shades, but if you want to use just one palette, sometimes that's what you have to do. Now you guys are gonna see I barely dip into that, and that's the pigment you get. It's incredible. So I barely dip, I'm using that same fluffy brush, and then I blend the hell out of it with a clean brush. And then I switch brushes, I might do a smaller brush, so that way I'm getting that real beautiful shade in there in kind of a cut crease, a defined line, and then I blend the hell out of it. So I'm kind of going between two brushes, a small white one, a bigger fluffy one, and then a clean brush to just blend the hell out of it until I'm getting exactly the color that I want and the shape and the line as well. Then you get purposeful with your blend. I switched to a Wayne Goss, I think this is a 4. It's kind of bent on the edges because of a holder it was in. Kind of pissed off about that. But anyway, it's choosing to go right over the line, and then when I diffuse the outside where I've gone up in the blend, using like circular strokes. So you're always purposeful in where you blend your brush, not just flowing it all over the place. It's like, okay, I want this diffused, but I want this to stay. So I'm gonna go right, back and forth windshield wiper motions to diffuse the line, but then up into the crease, I'm using more circular motion. This is the kind of video where you're like, blending is my cardio. So I switched to the Makeup Geek pencil brush and mixed the darkest shade with the awesome berry shade. And I'm again making that line more profound, profuse, prominent, and then, blending it up and making that line again, using the darker shade, the lighter shade, and then you're really just blending the edge because I want that crease to be there. So yeah, over and over and over again, and blending and adding color and blending. This is not the kind of look that you do for a quick day trip out. So then I started playing with this foiled shade all over the lid, and it just wasn't really what I wanted. And I just want to show you guys that I started here and added the peach to the center, and then I just decided to change it all together. So I ended up taking Hadidya all over the outer corners of the halo and Marrakesh in the center. And the thing that I learned the most is that all these foils play really well together. And even up in the crease, they're not too bad. As you age, you're like, no shimmers in the crease. And I actually rocked it and was okay with it. Then I took Zoran and Fez, and I blended them on the lower lash line, and then I just deepened that up with Fez. And I actually took a little bit of the shimmer shades and blended that also into the lower lash line. I believe it was Marrakesh that I used. And I really liked it. It's one of those whole looks that's a hot mess. And so you throw on your lashes and everything. You're like, oh, that's not too bad. Okay, so I put on some Huda Beauty lashes. I've never used them before. I got them in a box and they are intense, but they're really light. At first I was thinking these things look like cheap stuff, but they're actually really nice considering I haven't worn lashes in forever. And I'm on a gloss kick.
Daddy, where's Daddy? Daddy's at work.
Mommy?
And I'm mixing some ColourPop and some Sydney Grace Oceanside. So this is the finished look using the Saharan 2 by Juvia's Place. I think that this palette is very versatile. When I first saw it, I was like, no. I did not buy it on the first release or the second or third. I actually waited until they had their big Christmas sale. And then I thought, oh, I'll pick it up because I kept seeing reviews on the Dolce palette. But now, after owning this one, I feel like I need the other one. When you look at the shades in here, I thought these 3 mattes aren't enough. There's all these foiled shades, it's not enough. But if you just barely dip your brush in, they diffuse beautifully and you can actually do a lot with them. So I want to do some more looks with this palette and see what other opportunities it holds, because I didn't even touch on the blues. Thank you so much for watching this little quick demo and swatches of the new Juvia's Place Saharan 2, or new to me. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah! Bye!